morning and welcome back to the channel. Today we're off to a lovely little church that I found in, it's actually called St Nicholas Church in Barfrestone, which isn't too many miles away from, I suppose, Dover. It's between Canterbury and Dover. So join me as we take a look. We'll have a little drive through the country lanes to try and find the church, and yeah, join me when we get inside. See, some beautiful countryside out here, and really getting ready for spring. No, doesn't see much evidence of that at the moment, but it's definitely getting a bit more spring-like. The daffs are out and the snowdrops are out. Not as many along here by the looks of it, but believe me, they are out in full force. Woodland still looks a little bit dead, so to speak, but I'm sure it'll be spring to life any time now. I think we're only a couple of weeks from spring itself. But I do enjoy these little country lanes in Kent, leading to some really lovely, beautiful churches, many centuries old. It seems to be at the moment a lot of churches. I don't know why, but yeah, they're interesting. I enjoy looking around them. Hopefully people get something from that. I suppose as you get older you tend to find churches more comforting, I suppose, if you like. Well, there's some interesting old barns around here. You can't see them, but to the side of me, beautiful old cottages. And we're very close now, so hopefully it will come into view very shortly, and I'm hoping it will be open. Be just no more than a couple of 100 feet ahead of us. There we go, just come into Barfreston. It's telling me it's just ahead of us. That's a lovely cottage. Here somewhere. Not quite sure where as yet, but there it is, St Nicholas. Wow, that is an old church. I'm not sure if it'll be open or not, but more concerned at the moment is trying to find somewhere to park. Might have to park down here and take a walk up. I don't think we've got a lot of choice. What a beautiful little place this is. Right, yeah, pull it up here and change cameras and we'll go for a walk. So hello and good morning again, welcome back to the channel. As I say, we're in a little village called Barfrestone. Quite an interesting little place, not many properties, just a church. As I say, a couple of properties in the area, so we'll have a look round while we're here. And I just noticed this little sign which gives you a bit more information on the village itself. There we go. It looks like people lived in this village for over 1,000 years. And yeah, different spellings. It means hamlet on Tree Hill. So feel free to pause and have a little look. So we'll look over here first. I just want to give you some idea of the area itself. Look at that beautiful cottage over there with a few outbuildings. Isn't that lovely? Just do a little 360. Nice little, I'll say, a big house over there. A little pond. Old phone box, you don't see many of them anymore. And you can see up there, just see the church coming into focus. What a beautiful old church. Very unusual. Haven't seen one like that before. Extremely old as well, looking at it. So we can make out the faces running along just below that circular window. Wow, beautiful. You can only have parishioners from the village because there's nowhere to park. Look at beautiful flowers. That is a really unusual little church. Look at that. Looks like most of the windows have been filled in as well. Let's take a look, see if it's open. I'll be surprised if it is. Wow. How lucky are we? Look at that door. That is so old. Isn't that lovely? Just want to show you the carving around the entrance. It's really beautiful. So let's take a look. The inside is so small. Wow, it's cold. Look at that beautiful font. All carved. Possibly sandstone. How beautiful is that? Wow, this has got an eerie feel to it. The windows aren't blocked up actually, so I don't know what they were from the outside. I can't see any evidence of those windows at all. Look how high that ceiling is. It's a bowed oak ceiling, again very unusual, I haven't seen that before. A little door there. It's clearly a bell pull. Such an unusual church. Extremely small. And beautiful carvings, look. There's certainly been a lot of attention to detail though for a little parish church. Well, it's got a beautiful stained glass window there. Very small windows, extremely small. And just around the edge is some really beautifully carved stonework. You get a feel for that ceiling up there. Again, beautiful, just a an arched oak ceiling in really good condition. Just make out this arch here. It's so tall, this church. Again, very ornately carved, as you can see. How unusual. So beautiful. I don't know if that was no, it's not, it's just a one piece of stone. Anywho, look at that. The windows are really small, but they're so beautiful. It's obviously Jesus. Various stages of his life. That beautiful central window you normally see in much bigger, grander churches. Again, beautifully stained glass. It does have a lovely feel. And look at that altar stone there. Again, beautifully carved. Isn't that lovely? We've got a pair of carved chairs either side of the altar, which is strange. So, very extremely well carved with a face there. It almost looks African. It does. It looks African. Another beautiful window. So this is really strange, this carving. Again, it's naive, but it's really beautiful. There's the matching chair. Again, I'd definitely say that's African. Extremely old. Seems to have a single stone. Just trying to see the date. No, I can't really see a date there. 16th of May, and the date's actually worn out. Maybe it's 17 something. But it looks like it's a couple of people here, and yeah, can't really make that out, but let's have a quick look from this side over the arch. I look to the back of the church. Some plaques here that I can't make out too much. Another little window right at the top there. Just get the back end of the church here and take a look down. So you can just make out how beautiful that is. Wonderful. I'll have to try and find out how old this one is, because it does look old. You can freeze that if you'd like, and actually, it looks like it was canonised in 1173. So, yeah, it's a really old church. Look at that key lock there. Wow. As I say, it must be open all the time, this church, one would assume. As you come out, so you just overlook countryside. And a few old properties there. Let's have a little look around the graveyard itself. The stones are extremely worn, so it's impossible to see any dates on those ones. There's some nice cottages around the church, that's for sure. And that's the side elevation. I say those there look like windows, but from the inside they can't be seen, so I'm not quite sure on those. There's a big cross there, look. So it's quite a unique church. I haven't seen one like this before. Definitely not one in this style, if you like. It's really unusual. Look at that. Those faces. Can you make that out? Either side here of the what once was maybe a doorway. There's been some etching into the stone here. Looks like 1772 maybe. Not quite sure what kind of person would engrave into a church wall. Yeah, 1917. I wonder why people would do that. It's a sacred place. Why would you graffiti it? Well, not graffiti, it's that you're cutting into the stonework. So that's a lovely stone, isn't it? Quite lovely. Again, we look at the front of the church, it's so unusual. I don't know what these kind of enclaves here are. And looking up. No, I've never seen a church quite like that. I'm not sure what the origins are or who built it, but it's certainly be interesting to try and find out. It's the carvings I find really unusual. There's a different face. What have we got there? They're people, but they're animals as well. Unusual Gothic animals, if you like. So unusual. As I say, they run right around the perimeter of the roof line. They're kind of grotesque in a way, and it's not the sort of thing you'd expect to find on a church. But it's what makes it so delightful, because it's so unusual. See what this is here. Not quite sure what this is here. I think you can spend hours going around the church and just looking at the engravings. That's a lion clearly, and a horse. Yeah. Anywho, I hope you enjoyed the brief look around of the church itself. There we go. St. Nicholas, Barfrestone, 12th century. As I say, a really unusual church. I'm sure my twin brother, journeyman, would enjoy looking at that at night. See if we can pick any spirits up. But what a delightful little village. Just a handful of cottages, a lovely church, and I think there's a pub close by somewhere as well, so you can't really ask much more than that, can you? So again, I want to thank you for joining me on this one, and I hope you join me on the next. I hope you have a lovely week, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.